What's up, music fans? Welcome to Musicians Wanted, a show that brings local bands from around Boston to perform their music for us. I'm your host, Mike Canalupo. Today, we're welcoming Caliway, a pop-punk band from New Haven, Connecticut. They'll be playing songs off of their debut EP, Before You Go. This next song is for those of us who haven't really grown up and made LinkedIn accounts yet. Here is Caliway with Young at Heart. just listened to Young at Heart, but now let's take a look at the faces behind the music. This is Caliway right here. We got Brian, Alex, Carl, and Craig. Guys, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
First off, Caliway, the name, how did it come about?
Originally, we were going for either Empire After or...
No, it was the Walk Away and Call It
No,
Noble.
before that.
I'm so glad you didn't pick those names.
Right, yeah.
No, we're really glad too.
We were trying to pick a name for like a year.
Well, we put it off for a good year.
Yeah, a long time. It took us a very long time. And then we were walking through some store. It was like a sporting goods store.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
we
saw
were,
the golf.
and we saw the
equipment.
golf stuff, and we're like, let's combine those two names, put them together, and just spell it different.
The genre of pop punk, which I guess you guys would relate to, you have the pop punk influences. So you have the big names like All Time Low or Blink-182 back in their good old days,
Yeah.
Newfound Glory, stuff like that. So what musicians do you guys look up to?
I know Alex is like...
Well, we all kind of
huge.
listen to different stuff. We
Yeah.
kind of have our own backgrounds.
Like Blink-182, I loved growing up, still love them, even though they don't do as much now. But stuff like that, like pop and pop punk mostly.
I listen to mostly metal. I listen to a lot of metal. That's
Do you
what-
ever see that coming out in your songwriting, or?
Yeah, I mean, when I started getting more into playing pop punk a few years ago, they had it was starting to get heavier. The genre was starting to get heavier, and it had more kind of metal riffs in it, but it was in a major key, and I got really into that. I was like, oh, that's so cool, that's so different. You know, it's kind of a combination of the two genres
It's
that
like,
I like.
we could play metal, but we could also be happy because we're playing it in a major
Exactly.
key.
So,
Yes.
so I kind of brought that into my guitar playing in a lot of my songs. But we all have similar ground on like bands like Blink-182 and Green Day and Newfound Glory and stuff like that.
What about you, Craig? Because you seem to have a little bit different of a taste.
Lately I listen to a lot of Wham. No?
What is Wham like?
Like Wake Me
Tell me
you know
more
the
about
song
Wham.
Wake Me Up Before You Go Go?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of Culture Club.
Okay, so
So
Boy George.
Boy George.
Oh, really?
we'll have another performance by Caliway after the break.
She's got a little bit of something in her smile that says she's bittersweet. With all the aim to drive you wild with such sincerity. She's got the touch that screams a one-night stand. When all the wanted was to hold your hand. So goodbye and good night. So long and sleep tight. Until you got me coming back for more. So goodbye and good night. So long and sleep tight. Until you got me coming back for more. Coming back for more. She's got the devil in her eyes. She always keeps me up at night. Now I'm on my own. I'm lost. We'll see. She's got the best of me. So goodbye and good night. So long and sleep tight. Until you got me coming back for more. So goodbye and good night. So long and sleep tight. Until you got me coming back for more. It sounds so loud. Avalanche, you're crushing me, buried beneath the cold. 'Cause all you'll have at the end of the day is my frozen heart to hold. And I'm wasting time on you. Wasting time on you. wasting time on you. I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time on you. So goodbye and good night. So long and sleep tight. You got me coming back for more. So goodbye and good night. So long and sleep tight. You got me coming back for more. With a girl at the rock show.
Is you're the lead singer, are you doing all the talking when?
No. We all say whatever the heck we want.
We all
pretty
get
much.
mics except for Carl.
Do you guys say any like really cool radical stuff? Like,
Cool radical stuff.
Basically, we
say
basically
pretty
get up on
radical
stage
things.
and
Hella
just
cool
say
things.
whatever the first thing that comes to our mind is. We just say
They
it.
tend to turn into dad jokes.
Yeah.
let's talk about some of the other songs. We've got Scarred Over, which you guys are going to play in a little bit. What makes that one different than the rest on the album?
That was like the first, well,
The first
one
one
of
we
the
wrote
first two.
together.
Yeah, that we wrote together.
Yeah.
We wrote a good part of it sitting in Guitar Center in the acoustic guitar like humidifier room.
When we do that all the time, Brian and I would just go to the back of Guitar Center just to sit there and play like the $5,000 acoustic guitars. And we were messing around and we were writing something and it happened to be in the key of that song. And we're like, oh, that would fit at the end of that song. That would sound really cool. And we ended up throwing a whole extra section on the back of that song, which is like the bridge part to the end where it slows down and then picks back up. Yeah, we wrote that in the back of Guitar Center in like 5 minutes.
What about Head Start? Because Head Start, the gang vocals, it's big for me. But what about Head Start? What's different?
That one I wrote, and I was trying to do something a little heavier. I was
Right.
trying to go for a heavier song for us, because I was trying to mix it up more on this album, like
Right.
have some lighter songs, have some heavier songs, have some faster
I think you
songs,
did
have some
well.
slower songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for this one I was like, okay, I'll try to go a little heavier, it'll be slower, and we'll have gang vocals in there. So that's what I was trying to do for that one.
A good part of that song we didn't even like put together till we were in the studio. We had most of it, but like the gang vocals, we were like, what do we put here? Because we had like the breakdown part, and Alex and I threw together the lyrics for that last minute.
Which is a terrible
How does
idea.
somebody come up with lyrics for gang vocals where they're like, yeah, we're all going to chant this at the same exact time and it's going to sound great?
I was laying down on the couch in the back of the studio, staring at the ceiling, playing that part over and over again, and I was like, what are we gonna say there? And the three of us were just pacing around the room going, why didn't we think of something before we got here?
But it came
And,
together.
and but then, and then we came together with something, and I was like, how about this? And John was like, yeah, let's go. John was the guy who produced our album, by the way.
Okay.
John, yeah.
And what about, finally, Avalanche? Just tell me a little bit about that. You picked that song to have the music video to. So why?
Well, that's all Brian's brainchild right there. That's
I wrote that
really
song freshman year of college, and we finished up like the second verse, like for the band, because I had like some stuff, and then we just finalized it before the band was actually a thing. So the whole song was finished, and I was like, well, this is mine, and let's use it. And then for the music video, because the song title was Avalanche, we decided to do a snow theme.
I can imagine it's the song that we'll always have to play live. Like, you go see a band, like
Right.
Blink-182 will
They-
always have to play all the small things.
Yeah, and they'll hate it.
And they'll hate it. And I already hate it.
Are we just scars of who we used to be? I doubt you remember the day that I left here, or how we used to be. The memories are fading. Let's make this the night that we leave it all behind. never been so clear. When it boils down to it, you'll be my last regret. We'll watch the sun rise over these open skies, and you'll pry and you'll prove that we're not the same kids, and you'll try to argue, even though it's useless, and you just can't fight it when it's all the same thing. We just got to where we used to be. I doubt you remember the day that I left you for you. We used to be, the memories of fading. Make this the night that we leave it all behind. It all behind. There's nothing left to say, dear. You torn me limb from limb, and when I put back the pieces, you'll break me down again. Your guilty conscience will haunt you until you're near end, and you just can't fight it when it's all the same thing. Are we just scars of where we used to be? I doubt you remember the day that I left you. Yeah, we used to be, the memories of fading. Make this the night that we leave it all behind. The sun will set fine without me. When I'm gone, you're all alone. The sun will set fine without me. When I'm gone, you'll know you were wrong. The sun will set fine without me. When I'm gone, you're all alone. The sun will set fine without me. When I'm gone, you'll know you were wrong. The sun will set fine without me. When I'm gone, you're all alone. The sun will set fine without me. You'll know you were wrong.
All right. I don't want to say that you guys are the greatest band I've ever heard, but
You kind of are.
you're the greatest band I ever heard.
Thank you.
I'll give it up to you guys. But stay right there, because not only is there more Caliway, there's plenty more Musicians Wanted right here after the break. How do you guys do that? Like,
Just kind of do it. It works sometimes.
you guys are a young band. You've all come from other bands or different musical backgrounds, but you've had a fair share of success so far. This summer you guys played Warped Tour.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that experience.
That was awesome. For me, I hadn't done it before. Alex and Carl had before, but for me, like I'd been wanting to do that since I was like 12 or 13 years old.
It's like everybody's like 12-year-old dream. Do you think that you found a decent fan base at Warped Tour? Do you think that there are people that watch you guys at Warped Tour and are now fans of your music?
Absolutely, and I mean, even after we played that date, Craig, some of us for like the first couple days, and then Craig went around and followed a lot of the other dates after, and we could just go up and talk to people and be like, hey, you want to take a quick second, listen to my band for a minute, and people would listen. They'd be like, oh wow, like this is really good. Do you guys have CDs? Do you have like music online or anything? We'd be like, yeah, we got T-shirts, CDs. We have a music video. Like, come check out our Facebook page, Instagram, all that stuff. And it's like, wow, that's so cool. And it was pretty amazing how many people you can come up to and just be like, wow, I really like your music,
We kind of felt like a boy band after that or something like that. It was just like all these like 12-year-old like girls were
It was
coming
fun,
up.
though.
and-
Hey,
yeah,
12-year-old
absolutely.
girls are the most fanatical. On
Well, I mean,
everybody, so
that's-
they're the fans that you really want.
That's
to have.
I mean
we a
that's
boy band?
what we were trying.
Are we?
We are
You're
actually.
4 boys in a band.
In a band.
Tell me something
us so
about your band. Some funny stories about maybe Craig, because I'm sure there's something. Craig I'm sorry to pick out on Craig over here, but
Okay.
he's a good guy.
All right, I'll tell a story about the music video.
You
Okay,
did the music
so
video
there's
for
several.
Avalanche, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So here's the story. So we drive up to a cabin in Vermont, and it's the middle of the winter. We're in the middle of nowhere. Up at this cabin, everything's covered in snow. It's freezing cold outside, and we get there early in the morning because we want to have the whole day to shoot the music video. So we get there, and Craig's like, "I'm gonna run out to Dunkin' Donuts and get some coffee and donuts. I'll be back in a little bit. There's one not that far." And we're like, "Okay, sounds
in the middle
good."
of Vermont, there's not one.
And then
close.
he was like, "There's one like 30 minutes away or whatever." So we're like, "Okay, cool. We'll see you in a little bit." And then the rest of us are hanging out, and I look at my watch, and I'm like, "It's been 2 hours. Where's Craig?" And then like 2.5 hours later, Craig comes back. He's like, "Yeah, my GPS messed up and took me to a Dunkin' Donuts an hour away." So he drove for an hour just to go
Just
to the
for
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. And then he ate the donuts and drank the coffee, and then
Got really
like
sick.
this, yeah. And then at one point, Craig's jumping around, and he just stops, takes his bass off, runs outside the balcony, and just projectile vomits all over to the ground outside.
I want a reenactment of
Good
that
times.
right now.
I was
Go.
really upset that I missed videotaping that because that would have been a great.
The best thing
Instagram
is
post.
I kind of vomited like in response to like you came out and you're like, "You doing okay, buddy?" And I was just like I responded to that with it was like Exorcist kind of thing.
Is Craig the most badass member of the group?
He is wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah.
He's wearing a leather
Literally,
jacket.
I know you for 5 minutes, but you're wearing a leather jacket, so it makes you seem badass. All right, so once again, this has been Caliway. Their EP is Before You Go, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had the time of your life.
Thanks, Billy Joe.
We have one more song. It's called Head Start. Take it away.
What would you do
yourself from sorrow.
You close.
That's good.
You're getting there.
No, that's good. That's good. And on that note, that's it. My thanks to Caliway. Check out their music at caliway.bandcamp.com. Again, that's Caliway like Cali and then way. That's it for this episode of Musicians Wanted. I'm Mike Canalupo. Thanks for watching. Okay.
Is it cool if I hold your hand? Is it wrong if I think it's time to dance? Do you like my stupid hair? Would you guess that I didn't know what to wear? I'm just scared of what you think. You make me nervous so I really can't eat. Let's go, don't wait. This night's almost over. On it, let's make